Tonight, you're stepping into a warm lava tube research lab beneath an active island volcano. The surface wind and rain stay above the rock. Inside, the tunnel holds a steady heat and a steady hum. Nothing down here needs to move quickly. The air smells faintly of mineral steam. Your boots meet dry basalt dust. The words can stay in the background. A thick steel door seals the entrance behind you. Its gasket line is clean and tight. A small indicator shows the lock engaged. The tunnel widens into a low chamber. Basalt walls curve in smooth black layers. Old flow lines are visible in the stone. A cable tray runs along the ceiling. Clamps hold it in measured spacing. No wire hangs loose. A row of instrument cases sits on a metal table. Latches remain closed. Labels are printed in plain text. Thermal, gas, seismic, power. A compact fan turns at a constant speed. It does not change pitch. It pushes warm air through a filter box. Further in, a yellow safety rail borders a drop to a deeper section of tube. You can hear water far below, slow and steady. It does not echo sharply. It stays contained by rock. A drip line runs into a clear canister. The water level is marked with tape. The line does not rise. On the wall, a thermal camera feed glows on a small screen. The color map shows heat zones along a distant vent. Numbers remain steady. No warning banner appears. Beside it, a gas sensor panel shows 3 readings: SO2, CO2, H2S. All remain within the green range. No buzzer sounds. A narrow side passage leads toward the monitoring alcove. The floor is smoother there, worn by careful steps. Reflective strips mark the edges. They catch the lamplight, then fade. A hand light above the alcove glows warm white. It does not flicker. It keeps a small pool of light on a clipboard. The clipboard holds a checklist. The boxes are empty for tonight. A pen rests in its clip. A small seismograph sits on a concrete block. Its paper roll is already running. The line is thin and calm. No spike breaks it. A metal boot tray sits beside the alcove. Dust stays inside its raised lip. No fresh prints appear. On a hook, 2 helmets hang by their straps. The straps do not swing. The plastic shells remain still. A sealed first aid box is bolted to the wall. The latch stays flat. The label remains centered. Outside the tube, the volcano continues its work. Down here, you feel it only as faint pressure. A low pulse through the rock. Once. Then nothing. The ceiling does not shed dust. No pebble shifts underfoot. The chamber remains stable. A stainless pipe runs along the wall toward a vent stack. It carries warm air out of the chamber. The pipe surface stays dry. No condensation beads along the joints. A valve wheel rests at a fixed angle. Paint marks remain aligned. nothing turns. A small humidity display glows near the vent line. Digits hold steady. No warning icon appears. The reading remains within its range. A drain channel runs along the floor edge. It stays dry. No drip reaches it. In a corner bay, a power cabinet hums behind a perforated door. A green indicator remains on. A second light remains off. The cabinet fan stays constant. It does not surge. It does not slow. A spare battery pack charger shows a steady green. No pack warms. No casing shifts on the shelf. A coil of extension cable rests in neat loops. Each loop stays in place. No end slips free. Further along the tube, a mesh gate blocks a hotter section. Behind it, the air shimmers slightly above dark rock. You do not need to go closer. The gate stays locked. A padlock sits centered in its loop. A small sign reads, "Keep out, active vent." The letters remain sharp in the lamplight. A camera on a short pole watches the gate. Its lens reflects a small point of light. It does not rotate. A motion sensor sits above the frame. No indicator flashes. Nothing triggers it. Near the table, a radio unit rests silent beside a coastal repeater panel. No crackle, no voice, no test tone. A status LED stays steady. It does not blink. The line remains quiet. The rock walls hold their curved shape. The floor stays dry. The rail stays cool beneath your fingers. Heat rises gently from the stone, not hot, just present. The warmth stays even, contained, reliable. You sit on a low bench beside the table. The surface is firm. Your shoulders drop without effort. The fan tone remains low. The lights remain steady. The instruments keep their calm readings. Nothing needs to be checked again. A small log sheet is clipped to the edge of the table. The last entry is dated. No new line is added tonight. A marker rests in a tray. The cap remains on. The ink stays unused. The station remains ready without action. A faint sound comes once from deeper in the tube. Not a step, not a voice. Just water shifting against rock. Then it is gone. The chamber returns to its steady hum. The seismograph line continues thin and clear. The bench remains beside the instrument table. Warm air moves past your wrists. It carries a dry mineral scent. The fan keeps its quiet push. Across the wall, the thermal feed holds steady. A thin hotspot line stays in the same place. No color band widens. No number jumps. The screen stays calm. On the seismograph, the paper roll advances. A fine line continues without sharp peaks. One tiny tremor mark appears. Then the trace returns to flat. Nothing else follows. Near the vent pipe, the humidity display keeps its reading. Digits stay fixed. No icon changes. The valve wheel remains at its marked angle. A soft hiss passes once through the filter box. Not a leak, just airflow shifting through the media. Then the tone returns to its baseline. The cabinet stays closed. You stand and walk toward the yellow rail. Your steps stay light on basalt dust. Reflective strips catch the lamp, then disappear. Below the rail, water continues somewhere deeper. It sounds slow. It stays hidden. A clear canister under the drip line shows the same level. The tape marks remain dry. No new drop reaches the surface. The collection stays stable. At the mesh gate, heat shimmer remains faint. The padlock sits centered. The keep out sign stays clean. The camera lens reflects a single point of light. It does not pan. It does not react. Back near the table, helmets hang from their hooks. Straps remain still. No buckle taps the wall. The first aid box remains sealed. A cable tray runs overhead. Clamps hold their spacing. No wire touches the rock. The ceiling stays quiet. No grit falls from the flow lines. A brief pressure pulse moves through the floor, barely felt, like a distant door closing far away. Then the tube returns to its steady state. No alarm sounds. The gas panel continues its green range. SO2 stays steady. CO2 stays steady. H2S stays steady. No buzzer, no flash. You pause beside the checklist. The boxes remain empty. The pen remains clipped. Nothing requires a note tonight. A distant rumble rolls once through the rock. Low, short, then gone. The instruments do not respond. The seismograph line stays narrow. You sit again on the bench. The surface feels cool under the warmth of the air. Your shoulders settle. The lamp above the alcove keeps its warm pool of light. Beyond the sealed door, weather can change without limit. Inside the tube, the environment stays managed. Basalt walls hold their curve. Metal holds its bolts. Sensors hold their readings. The lab continues quietly beneath the volcano. In the corner bay, the power cabinet keeps a muted hum. Air moves behind the perforated door. The green indicator stays on. The second light stays dark. A charger shows a steady line of charge. Contacts remain cool. The extension cable coil keeps its perfect loops. The loose end remains tucked under the last turn. A stainless bracket holds the vent pipe against the wall. Bolts remain tight. The pipe surface stays dry. Near the floor, the drain channel remains empty. Dust sits along its edge. No water reaches the grate. A radio unit rests beside the repeater panel. Its speaker remains quiet. No static breaks through. No confirmation tone plays. The status LED stays steady without blinking. You take one slow walk around the chamber. Table, After a second loop, the path becomes automatic. The basalt surface shows thin, rope-like textures from old flow. They remain clear under the lamp. A small metal tag on the rail reads, "Max Temp Limit." Numbers remain sharp. From deeper in the tube, water makes a single, louder sound. A brief splash against stone. Then the steady, low movement returns. The chamber stays settled. Nothing needs attention. Nothing needs speed. You stop near the sealed entrance door. The lock indicator remains engaged. No cool draft enters from outside. When you turn back, the lamps keep the same brightness. The instruments keep the same calm state.